Okay, welcome to our historical weapons program for this Monday morning. We are heading into the last pass of the set. So we've been building this up over the last while. We've been working on our spinning horizontal cut, and then we're sending into the next section, which will be our last full pass of the set. So let's take some time here. Let's just get warmed up a little bit. Let the head rise and fall a couple times. And looking from side to side. And we'll go ear to one shoulder and hang. And to the other. Again to the first side. And the second. Let the head roll. Do some gentle half circles. Keeping the jaw closed, we'll take the chin up and around. And then the other way. Okay, shoulders can go back. Good, and shoulders can go forward. And then arms can circle one way. And around the other. And we'll reach and lean on one side. And leaning on the other side. Warming up the trunk a little. Let the arms go loose. Let the trunk twist from side to side. Good. And then we'll do some shoulder stretch. So we'll cradle across. And we'll do the same on the other side. And then we're going to go over the head and pull. And same on the other side. And then behind the back and pull. And same on the other arm. All right, let's circle the wrists around one way. Get ready for that weight of the sword. And around the other. One more time, the first way. And the second. We'll do a little stretch. Push in on the wrist. And same on the other side. Good, and fingers in. And same on the other side. All right, let's head to our weapons today. I've been pulling out different weapons in different classes. So here's my sword of today. Very difficult to see, but this is my weights sword. This one weighs close to 3,000 grams, so it gives a good workout, and it's part of that goose quill variation of the saber, so more of the military style saber. Okay, let's start out with our downwards diagonals. So one of the things I really have to help people with when they're first starting is not sweeping, what I call sweeping the floor with their cuts. But what we really want to look for is those diagonals from from shoulder to hip. You want your edge angle and your cut angle to mesh, and you want to start from the pommel and work out to the blade. So let's work through those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll shift over to the non-dominant arm. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Back to the dominant arm working. And this is another one that's quite hard to not sweep the floor with, but you want to come up from the hip. And remember, we're pulling our cuts. We're touching and pulling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. To the non-dominant arm. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's head to our horizontals. So we're pulling that cut across. We're rolling over the wrist. We're catching and we're pushing as we come back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll go to the non-dominant side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go to our verticals. We've been doing vertical chops, but let's do vertical cuts today. So we're going to go cut down. And one of the things you want to get in your cuts is your recovery. That when you cut through, you want to start to roll, open up, drop the elbow, and come back through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll take that to the non-dominant arm. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, back to the dominant arm, but that crossing over. So we're starting and returning to the opposite side. So we're cutting down and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same on the other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, so let's do, I'm not going to like this with this sword. Let's do some wrist and forearm work. So we're going to hold the sword out in the front. And this is let's make this into a spine of the sword deflection exercise. We're going to deflect one way. Then we're going to roll the back edge of the sword down to deflect. And then we're going to come out and roll. So we're going spine, 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 spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're kind of deflecting one side, other side, low wall, low wall. 9, 10. Let's take that to the non-dominant arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deflect, deflect. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more wrist strengthening. This time we're going to be rolling some high wall deflection. So deflect on one side, and we'll use let's use the edge to come around. 1 and 2. So it's these quick rotations with the wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that poor forearm. 9 and 10. Let's take it to the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay. Let's keep going just a little bit here with a couple of with a stationary exercise. So here's one of the ones we see frequently in the set. So we have our low wall deflection, and I call this one sort of stirring the pot. We roll that around, and then we're going for our middle thrust. So we're starting with the edge down, thrusting through. We're going to bring the hand up over the head. As we do that, we're going to cycle the sword sideways. So we've got our edge profile sideways as we cut or thrust in. So we're going to go drop to wall and deflect, then lift, short thrusting, and then long through. Deflect and thrust. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's finish up just a couple more pieces with the non-dominant hand. So let's try that same sequence. So we're deflecting. We're kind of drawing back. See, I got that tip of the sword. I'm ready to push through, and then I spiral so my palm kind of faces up. So we're working sideways with the blade in our last part. So we go roll back and thrust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's jump into some set work. So what were we doing last? We ended up working on this outside, inside, spiraling horizontal cut. We were then finishing that by bringing it over the shoulder, around in the front to brace down. And then we said we were going to step out and do a low reinforced wall block. From here, we're going to take that over and we're going to cut down behind us. We're getting a vertical chop down or a vertical cut down. And now here's where we're heading. We're going to come underneath and we're going to step through and cut up from underneath. So we're stepping into one of our lunging rising cuts. I'm going to go a little further today. We're going to pull that back, and now we're going to head to a hook stance, and we're going to cut up from underneath. We've done this before, and palm strike out. Okay, so we'll come back to doing some work on the horizontal spin cut in just a moment. Let's take it from, we have finished that. We're on our 45-degree angle, and we're going to step and reinforce low wall before we chop back over the right shoulder. Then we're picking up the left leg. We're taking the palm of the left hand and we're circling it under. This often represents me catching a wrist of a sword arm, and I'm going to pull that arm in while I step through for a nice deep lunging cut. Then I'm going to roll back through that sort of upper wall deflection or rising cut, and then I'm going to step into a hook stance, cut out from underneath, and press out with the palm. So there's our first couple steps into this new direction. Let me try this from this direction one more time, and then I'll turn my back for this section. So I've gone reinforced low wall, so I'm pressing out. I've got that sword pressing something off to the side. Now I roll into my right leg, chop down, circle under as I lift up into crane. I'm going to step 1, left 2, right steps, and I cut up from underneath. I continue that to roll back, and when I roll back, I'm kind of cradling my forearm. I'm reinforcing in case someone's forcing their way in. I'm braced here so I can push out and cut from there. So I step and I'm kind of pushing out from the blade a little bit to come through. So I'm going to do that with just a little bit more flow. So I made my turn and down. I'm pressing out. I'm chopping before stepping through 1, rolling back and pressing out. Sorry, last time I had a bit, so you're pressing through on that blade and coming out. And then we're going to chop from underneath next. We'll get that next time. So one last time from this direction, a couple times from the other, and then we'll integrate that into the set. So I had stepped out, stepped in. I finished that horizontal cut by going over the shoulder, around the back, stepping back, bracing and driving out before I then press my block. I'm then cutting. I'm going back. So I was on the 45. Now I'm going back to my straight line. So I cut over to the shoulder from here. So we've gone cut back and we're coming underneath. We're grabbing, we're coming under to chop up. We pull that in. We're bracing the arm. And then we're pressing that palm out as we cut upwards. All right, let me see if I can flip this around in another direction for you. So we have stepped out for our reinforced block. I'm coming over the head, chopping back, circling under. So I'm lifting, so I've got that deflect and cut up from underneath. I'm pulling back, settling this down at my side. I'm turning the foot out. I'm pivoting as I turn the foot open so I can drive through into this next upper chop. So 1, 2, 3, under, and up, draw, and push out. Last time from this direction, and then we'll start integrating into the set a bit more. So I've done my spin around, I've come over the back, I press out, I reinforce wall low, I chop behind, so I'm drawing the sword along my hand, I come underneath the spine, not the blade, of course, come up, cutting from underneath, so I've got my rising, then I'm drawing that in, I'm reinforcing my elbow, I'm stomping out, and I'm spiraling through into that cut. So let's back that up just a little bit. So we kind of end up going into that reinforced low wall twice in this section on the 45. So we've ended up sort of pressing out here, and in the set we've done our cut all the way around. We come over the shoulder, and then we press back into that. Then one more time, new stuff, chop down, come underneath, step in for lunging, rising, cut, pull back, reinforce, step, twist, cut from underneath. Good, and then we're going to come through and chop up. We'll work on that next week. Okay, let's take some time now to go through the set and integrate our new material. So, feet are together. We have open to the sides, and we have press down in the front as we step out. We're reaching with the right, and then we're rolling back and settling with a stomp. We're coming forward to pung. We're brushing against our right hip and circulating the sword, tip facing away, right hand overhead. We're going to reach. This is where we're making our transfer. So we're resting the sword on the forearm, transferring, lifting up the left, stepping in with the left, cutting low. We're then getting our low wall deflection. There's that stirring of the pot, and we brush and we thrust, this time with the left hand, not over the head like we did when we warmed up, but pressed out. Good. We're going to cut up from inside, and then we're going to step and reinforced low wall. We're going to roll back, 1, 2. We're going to pick up the sword, high wall reinforced, and then press out that block. Here we're going to go sword overhead, right leg lifts, step, left leg lifts as we chop. And just like we were working in that last one, we're going to circle underneath and cut. So we had already done that movement that we just added. Now we're going to cut through, but this time we're stepping on a 45 and doing a reinforced rise and cut with left leg forward. We're going to bring in the sword. We're going to press out to the palm and raise the sword. Now we're going inside turn, outside turn, cover the wrist, and then thrust. So we're thrusting out to the corner and pressing the palm. We're going to roll back, deflect, and palm strike before we brush and chop. We're then going to roll off to deflect to the side and press out for our reinforced low wall. And now here's our 3 downwards chop section. First one, down and palm strike. We roll back. Here's what we were practicing earlier. Stir the pot, brush and thrust. Now horizontal cut to come back and press out. We're going to make a 180-degree turn with our second chop down or cut down. 1 and 2, palm strike, roll back, deflect, and again we step through and thrust. We get that horizontal drawback and pommel strike with pung, and we get our third chop down. So we turn, cutting down, and palm strike. We follow that same pattern. We roll back, deflect, but this time when we thrust, we pass through that edge sideways and we go up high with the edge down. So we're thrusting all the way in. We're going to do a low wall deflection with the spine. Pung arm comes out over the shoulder. Now here comes that rising thrust. Thrust up from underneath. We bring that all the way back to our cradling, and we're going to kick with the shin and press palm strike. Here comes our shoot the tigers. In 1, 2, and punch high with the sword, punch low with the hand. Turning back fist. 1, lift up high, and punch low with the sword, high with the hand. Then we're going to roll back, draw in the foot. We're going to kick with shin. And that sets us up for our horizontal cut. So we come back, we step out, we open that foot, and we're cutting as we turn. 1, 2, 3, over the shoulder, around the back, reinforced and push before we get our new stuff. So into that horizontal, that vertical block low. And now we chop behind. 1, we come underneath and cut up. We follow through with rolling back, and we press out from behind the sword, and that's where we're leaving it for now. Okay, I think we'll try to squeeze in one more rotation through. So out and up, stepping out. Last time I said reach with your hand, but that's empty hand set. So here, hand just settles. Reach under and pull, stomp, step forward. Just going to go a little more smoothly through here. So follow along the best you can. Lift, step cut, deflect, low thrust. Draw in, step low, reinforce. Roll back with that reinforced block, pick it up high, and press it out high. Sword overhead, right leg lifts. Sword chops, left lifts. Circle under, cut under. Draw back, stepping to the 45. Right leg, left leg steps, rise and cut. We roll back, draw in. We step, press out. Turning to the 45 on the other side, we do an outside turn and we thrust back before stepping through with the palm. We're going to do a high roof. So we're going to roof deflect and palm strike, brush, and vertical chop. We roll back to deflect with a low wall and press. Good. First of the 3, turn and cut. 1, cut and palm strike, deflect, brush, thrust mid, horizontal draw and bump, turn, cut, and palm strike. Roll back, deflect, and thrust, horizontal draw, and bump. Last of the chops. Turn, chop down or cut down, and palm. We get our hop over. So this kind of is taking something out of the way. We reinforce that. Now we go side middle thrust to high edge down, edge up thrust. Deflect, bump over the shoulder and through. Now we've got that driving, rising thrust. We step in, we thrust up from underneath, and we continue that all the way till we catch in the other arm. And we're going to go kick with shin and press with palm. Then we're going to roll back, pull down, 1, 2, and sword hits high, hand hits low. We turn, back fist, lift, settle, sword low, hand high. We're going for another kick. So we draw in, we're going to kick to the 45, kick with shin. This starts our turn. So we're going to come into sandwich. We're going to balance to transfer. We're going to step, pressing along the spine with the back at the opposite hand. We cut through our arc over the shoulder and out. Then we're stepping in for our reinforced low. Chop behind, come underneath, rising cut, roll back, reinforce the elbow, press through. And that's where we're going to leave it again. Okay, I'll have to let it go there for now. So thanks for jumping in. Got any questions that you want to work through from today's work, stick around. Or if you're picking up from the archive, give me a text or an email. We'll address those in the next lesson for you. Thanks for training.